the new Tesla Model Y and its powerful rival from China, the BYD Sea Lion 07 EV. Today we are going to compare these electric SUVs to see which one offers the best overall experience on the road. And while the Model Y has already established its place as one of the market leaders, the BYD Sea Lion EV is still gaining momentum. But does it have enough to offer to compete with Tesla in the upcoming years? That is what we are going to find out today. So let's get started. I saw how other reviewers compare the interior in the BYD Sea Lion 07 to the one in the Tesla Model Y. And of course they admit that it's more impressive. However, I think that the Sea Lion is not just a step ahead, it's on a whole different level. Just look at these leather and other soft materials all around the car. These sporty seats and this beautiful central console, it's so much more comfortable compared to the Model Y. And right now my speed is about 100 km per hour, and even though primarily this SUV was designed for a more comfortable ride rather than the sporty performance, still I'm overtaking other cars, I'm switching lanes, and the car itself, it feels quite stable and controlled on the road. As for the Tesla Model Y, I was also pleasantly surprised with the improvements in the newly released edition. It feels more sporty, sharp and precise compared to the BYD. And now its suspension is not as hard as in the previous generations. To me, the new suspension setup feels like a good balance between handling and comfort. As for the interior, it's still very minimalistic and I would even say aesthetic compared to the BYD. I personally like this minimalism, however, once I sit in the Sea Lion 07, I notice a big difference in comfort right away. And yes, here in BYD I feel more body sway and the car feels less sporty overall. However, the suspension feels significantly more comfortable and soft compared to Tesla. And another thing is that in Tesla it feels like the car itself is more shifted lower to the ground and your chair is elevated like you are sort of sitting on a tall stool. That was more vivid in the previous Model Y configurations. The new one feels more normal to me. However, still, once I switch from Tesla to BYD, I instantly noticed that here the overall driving position and the overall car feels more balanced and gives you a normal tall SUV experience. And even though right now the seat in front is set up for a very comfortable driving position for my height, still at the rear I have a lot of knee space and overall it's way more spacious than I expected. Down here you can manually control the air cones and here there are two charging ports. And here is how the armrest looks like. There is a cubby here and two cup holders. However, yes, if there are three passengers at the rear and one of them has to sit here in the middle, this position does not feel very comfortable. And in the Model Y, the space at the rear is a bit more modest. I can sit quite comfortably, but someone taller than I am would already feel cramped. However, the infotainment screen at the rear is a good bonus. As for the trunk space in the Sea Lion, it looks similar to the one in Tesla Model Y. Let's see how it's going to look with the rear seats down. And let's check if I can fit in case I need to spend a whole night in this car. Yeah, that is not bad at all. And same as the space at the rear seats, the trunk in the Model Y is slightly less spacious compared to the Sea Lion. Another important advantage of BYD is that its spacious panoramic glass roof is equipped with an automatic curtain. Tesla also has a panoramic roof, but no curtain or transparency adjustment function. However, to fully compare these SUVs, of course, we also need to compare their prices. And I will do it closer to the end of this video. Meanwhile, I would just quickly remind you that if you'd like to buy this car or any other car from China, our company, the Loom Auto, can help you to do it fast and easy. We already exported many cars and we offer an expert assistance. So just get in touch with us on WhatsApp or our email and we will guide you through the whole process. And as for the powertrain, the Sea Lion offers several powertrain configurations, and the starting one comes with a single motor fixed on the rear axle, and all the other come with two motors. And today we are driving the Maxstream variant, which offers 690 Nm of torque and about 530 horsepower, which allows these fast SUVs to sprint from 0 to 100 km in just 4.2 seconds. and the Model Y offers similar powertrain trim levels. However, it's slightly faster. The top trim accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 3.5 seconds. And as for the battery packs, it comes in two variants. The starting trim with a single motor comes with a 72 kWh battery pack, and all the other trims come with an 82 kWh battery packs. So the range varies from 550 km and going up to 610, measured on the CLTC standard. And yes, this range doesn't sound that impressive. On the other hand, in the higher Model Y trims, the CLTC range goes up to 750 km, which is a significant advantage, especially if you live in cold climates, since the overall battery range decreases significantly as the temperature drops. Another advantage of the Model Y is its crispy, clear and bright central screen. It's more vivid and sharp compared to the BYD. On the other hand, I don't like that the gear selector has been changed to the slider on the screen here. You could also switch gears by tapping these sensors on the roof, but to me, even though I don't really like the look of the gear selector on the Sea Lion, still, the one on the central console or behind the steering wheel is more preferable. Even though the Sea Lion 07 is positioned as a direct competitor to the Model Y, these two cars feature some significant differences. I already went through some various aspects of these cars, but let's look at the determining factors. The Model Y focuses on performance, providing sharper handling and longer range. The Sea Lion offers a more spacious, comfortable interior and a soft dynamic ride. So if I had to choose between these two cars, I would most likely go for Tesla due to its sportiness and an impressive range, but only if they were priced roughly the same. However, here in China, the new Model Y is $10,000 more expensive compared to the Sea Lion 07. And honestly, I don't know how to justify that in the tough conditions of the Chinese auto market. Please let me know what you think about these two electric SUVs and which one would you choose in the comments down below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, hit this like and the bell buttons. Your support means a lot to me. And as always, stay safe on the road. That was Max. See you next time. Bye.